guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alisha Leytem, and I thought it would be fun today to finally sit down and do a intro to essential oils class with you. Kind of like, you're sitting in my living room with me and we're just chatting about oils. So I felt like the time was right for me to make this video of my class to really open your eyes and just educate you about this awesome tool to really help take your life to the next level, like they have for myself. But if you are new here, or we're just meeting for the first time, hello. Like I said, my name's Alisha, and I am a life and wellness coach. I am also a yoga teacher and an essential oils guru. So what I do is I work with people one-on-one in group coaching programs, digital courses, classes, workshops, and teach them mindfulness tools, right? The tools that they need to really enhance their entire wellness, enhance their entire well-being, to really live the life that they're in love with, right? The life that they're really thriving physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. It is my passion. I've been doing it with my business that I started a few years ago, and primarily helping people with these tools through yoga, through coaching, one-on-one coaching sessions. I'm the founder and creator of a digital course called the Zen Babe Chakra Cleanse, and now, more recently, I've really been teaching and introducing people the magic tool of essential oils. And I'm so excited to really teach you and share more about this with you, because I truly believe that it's going to just help you in so many areas that we're going to dive into in this intro class. So with this class, I'm going to go over what I believe and what I truly teach and believe in, which is the Zen Babe lifestyle. So I'm going to go through what this means, how this works, what I think we all need to really thrive in our lives, to really feel like we're living our best lives and putting our best foot forward, but also go over the top 10 oils that are just like the basics, right? The basic oils for you to introduce into your life and start making magic happen. I also believe that oils are like an amazing tool to introduce you into this lifestyle, right? I'll get into this a little bit more about how it's an awesome tool to step into this lifestyle. But just know that I believe in it very deeply. So let's dive in. I'm going to be looking at my my notes here with a little PowerPoint that I have. You can get access to the PowerPoint by signing up and clicking the link below, signing up for the Zen Babe Tribe, and I will send this PowerPoint to you right away. So if you want access to that, you can grab that below. Okay? Okay, so let's dive in. The Zen Babe lifestyle, and this is what I'm going to be looking at, right, when I'm looking down at my notes, so I don't miss anything. I want to make sure I get it all for you. The Zen Babe lifestyle is to promote and support your health physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for your well-being using natural tools and solutions. Okay, so before we get started, I'm not a doctor, right? However, I am a certified coach. I am a registered yoga teacher, and I have been teaching people these tools for several years, okay? But what I am going to share with you in this class, it's going to be a lot of information. You're going to learn a lot of amazing things that is just gonna open your eyes to like this whole new world of possibility and opportunity. However, this is one of the best things about essential oils, is that they're the tool to give you your own power back. Right? This is the opportunity for you to take back control of your well-being, to take back control of your health, for you to take back control of like your own personal power. So part of that means you get to decide, right? So I encourage you, as much information and education as you get from me today, I encourage you to step outside and do your own research, right? Do your own research, dive deeper, dig in, care enough for you to do your own research and see what you discover, because when you educate yourself, that's when you're really growing and learning. And you are educating yourself by being here and watching this video right now, but go further, right? Dive in deeper. That's where the real knowledge truly sinks in, and that's where expansion and growth really happens. So make sure to go ahead and do your own research as well, okay? Okay, so let's go into what I am so fully behind, and also doTERRA, which is the company of the oils that we are talking about today, that I am fully behind, which is the wellness philosophy. So this is essentially what I have been teaching for the past few years, and I'm so glad that they have this awesome pyramid done for us, basically, because I believe in it deeply. I'm going to actually put this here on the screen, this slide, so that you can follow along with me, okay? So we all know that to live at our best, the foundation is eating right, okay? We can use all of these other tools, we can meditate, we can practice yoga, we can use essential oils, but they're not all really going to work as well as they could if our diet sucks, right? We need to make sure that we're getting nutrition and we're eating right. This is foundation. This is like when we're building our house, you have to have, your foundation of the home, right? Eat right. We know this. So think of this too as like a ladder, as like stepping stones to next level, right? I like to say next level Zen. Okay, so next level Zen, right? So the next level up from eating right is exercising. It's moving your body. We know this. Eat right, move your body. Boom, we got this. My personal choice and preference of moving my body is yoga and walking. Sometimes weightlifting, but as a yoga teacher, I prefer that, right? But you can find what works for you. Eat right and move your body. Foundation. So the next level up from this is rest and managing our stress, right? So we're kind of trained and automatically go into reactive mode when we get stressed, and we aren't aware of how to manage it, right? So this level of taking care of ourselves is knowing what the trigger is of our stress and being so self-aware that we can manage it, right? Knowing what those things are to take care of ourselves, to managing our stress. And this goes hand in hand with getting enough sleep, right? When we aren't getting enough sleep, then we're going to be very stressed out very easily. So when we sleep enough, we know what our triggers are and are taking care of that instead of always being in this reactive mode of managing of taking and handling our stress, then we've come into this next level of wellness, right? So the next level up from here is actually a newer one that I have introduced into my life in the past year. And this is reducing our toxic load. So I want you to think about all of the things that are entering your body or you're surrounding yourself with in your home, you're breathing in from the minute that you wake up until the second that you go to bed. Think about all of the, body care products, right? The toothpaste, the makeup, the shampoo, the body lotion, the sprays, the perfumes, the cleaning supplies that you touch throughout the day. All right, think about the candles and like the scents that you use throughout the house. The thing about all of these products is that they are full of synthetic toxins, right? And these toxins have a profound effect on our health and our well-being. So our skin actually absorbs up to 80% of what we touch and what we put onto it. Our smell, when we're breathing in toxins, this can negatively affect our well-being. This can negatively affect our mood. When we're breathing in toxins, it affects our mood in a negative way. It can also negatively affect our hormones and our health. So think about all the toxins that are entering your life. So for me, I started to really think about this within my journey. So for me, this lifestyle has been a journey. This does not happen overnight, and I don't think that it should happen overnight. It's a process, right? And this is a journey because it's a lifestyle. And lifestyles don't just change overnight. You develop and you grow into them. So as I was making changes throughout the years of my diet and starting to eat, organic, and really starting to look at the food that I was eating and seeing like reducing, the pesticides and toxins and, processed foods out of my diet and just filling it with organic, clean plants, right? I started to feel better. And I started to make a lot of other changes, right? This is the foundation, this is eating right. Then I started to discover what it meant to really move my body in a really amazing way that felt good to me. So then I became a yoga teacher. And then I started teaching other people how to do this too, because I believe in it so much. Then, about a year ago, from the day that I am filming this video, my husband and I, we were living in the Midwest in the Ohio area. And we decided that we wanted to go on a new adventure and sell 80% of our belongings, fit whatever we could into our car, and drive to move into our new location where we currently reside in San Diego, California. So this gave us a really cool opportunity to do something essentially overnight that we had been wanting to do for a while, which is just get rid of everything, all of the toxins in our life that aren't serving us or weren't serving us anymore, and then replace it with the goodness. So at this time, I got rid of every cleaning product, all of our perfumes, all of my skincare, all of my candles. It just all went out the door, and it felt so freeing. Do you know in the spring, when you do your spring cleaning and you just get rid of everything and you clean everything out and the windows are open and you're just clean, right? It feels so liberating, it feels so free, it feels so powerful. That's what we did. And then once we arrived into San Diego, that's when I decided to get my first starter kit of doTERRA oils. I started to use that for everything. It replaced all those things that I had gotten rid of, right? It replaced my skincare. It replaced my cleaning supplies. It replaced my pure fumes, my perfumes into my pure fumes, right? It replaced almost anything that you can think of in the home. I started to use them, and I was just blown away at how next level zen this took my life. And I had already had my business before this, right? I was already coaching people on mindfulness techniques and tools and better lifestyles, right? But when I started to use oils and discover the magic that this had for me, I knew that I had to include it as part of my business, which is why I am so passionate about showing other people how to do this, because it can help you in so many ways. And we're going to dive into this a little more. So just start to think about all the toxins in your life that aren't serving you that you can start to release, right? So next level up from here is informed self-care. So again, this is coming back to us being super self-aware and knowing, one, how to manage our stress, but two, going the next step further and knowing exactly what that means to really take care of ourselves, to really be informed of what that means to take care of ourselves in the best way possible. Maybe that means getting a massage once a month. Maybe it means having X amount of time throughout the day for alone time, or reading for a certain amount of time, or taking your bath at night. Whatever it means to you, it's being super informed of what that is and being so self-aware and mindful that you are proactive in doing that, right? Because otherwise we're in this cycle where we're just taking care of other people before us all the time, right? We're putting ourselves last, making sure everyone else is taken care of, and then our cup is empty, right? If our cup is at this much all the time, and that's all that we're using to give the other person, right? We're running on E. And then we're resentful at that other person because we don't have enough to give them, but it's our decision that we're giving them that much that we have. So it becomes this vicious cycle. So to break the cycle, repeat after me, self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish, right? We want to be operating and living at a full cup and knowing what that is so that we do have more to give. And then we feel better, the people we're taking care of and our loved ones feel better, and it's a win-win for everyone. This is next level, right? And so the next step up, the highest of them all, is it's proactive medical care. So thinking about all these things that we're talking about here, of you taking care of yourselves and you taking your personal power back, we can do the same with our medical care, right? It's such a blessing to have Western medicine and have all of these beautiful medicines to take care of us when we absolutely need them. But what's happening is we are becoming so accustomed to giving our power away to other people all the time without even second guessing and questioning and asking ourselves what it is that we need, right? So what we're doing when we are going to the doctor, they're giving us something, or we're just mindlessly taking some medicine throughout the day without really thinking and asking if there's another way, we're depleting our magical power. And this magical power is called our intuition, right? We have this inner voice, we have this inner knowing that we can know what this gut feeling is, and we can trust that we know, right? So being really proactive about this is going around, getting the opinions, but ultimately you making the decision and knowing that you have that choice to make the decision and that there are other options for you to explore. Okay? So with all of these levels I'm talking about, please don't judge yourself. It's not about judgment. It's just about awareness, right? And this is all like a journey. So when we're thinking about wellness, all of these steps, all like this beautiful pyramid is what is necessary for us to really thrive. So this is the wellness philosophy pyramid that doTERRA teaches and educates about, and also what I deeply believe in. So I have a few more things that I would like to touch on that I believe are essential for you really thriving. So let's dive into those together, okay? Okay, first, eating right? We know this. But I think we can sum it up into a very, very simple phrase, which is from the book called In Defense of Food. Eat food, not too much, mostly plants, right? This is our foundation. Bring it to the basics. Let it be easy. Let that be your mantra. Let it be easy, right? So we also need to make sure we're drinking enough water. We're chronically dehydrated. One of the first signs of feeling under the weather, maybe having a headache or just being really low on energy or just not feeling very great, we can ask ourselves, oh, am I dehydrated? And it's probably that, yes, we are dehydrated. We want to make sure that we're drinking enough water. And we recommend drinking, a gallon a day. Okay, 3 to 4 quarts of water a day. And if you drink lemon water, when I first started on this lifestyle journey, I started to drink warm lemon water first thing in the morning, and it really just changed everything. To really just get your digestive tract moving, get everything flowing, boost the immune system, and clear out all the toxins, preparing your body for the day, right? But what I have started doing since I've gotten my oils is I've been replacing that with a lemon essential oil. Okay, this is a lemon oil. And what's interesting about this is that there are about 45 lemons in this bottle. So knowing how powerful it is to use and drink lemon in our lemon water, think about how potent and concentrated using 1 to 2 drops of lemon oil in your water, right? Think of all the amazing benefits you're getting to the next level by bringing this into your water. This is also a great alternative to use when you don't have a lemon all the time, right? Sometimes you run out, sometimes you're traveling, sometimes you're out of the house throughout the day and you want to continue to clear that out and, just boost everything and have everything to be supported as much as you can. So using lemon in your water is one of the best ways to do that, and I highly recommend doing so. I actually have a couple of drops in my mason jar here throughout the day, all the time. So next is all about our breath, breathing. Now, as a yoga teacher, I think our breath is so important. And here's the thing, we are chronic shallow breathers, right? Meaning we only use a small percentage, a capacity of our lungs, right? So we're typically breathing only about to here. We're only breathing shallow here. And what happens when we're not breathing deeply enough is we can get really short on breath. This can cause and prolong anxiety. We're just feeling super anxious. Our heart rate can beat faster. We're not in the present moment. It just isn't serving us at all. Like, remember when you were a kid growing up and you're having your little, freak out moment and your parents were like, okay, just take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. We need to make sure we're still doing that for ourselves as adults today, right? We need to make sure that we're breathing. In yoga, breath is also known as pranayama. Okay, breath work, pranayama. And our breath is our life force. So when we're breathing deeply, we're literally breathing in life, right? Breath is life. I have a quote on this slide that I love. It says, breath is the link between our mind and our bodies. So yoga, just quickly on the side here, Yoga, the word itself, means to yoke, to connect, to bring together our mind and our body as one. So we're not just doing like a pose on the mat. We're not just physically doing that. The idea is that we're bringing our mind to connect with the pose of which we are doing. And this is bringing us into the present moment. Our breath anchors that together. So if you've ever been to a yoga class before, the teacher will really stress your breath. They might say like ujjayi breath, or deep breath in and exhale throughout the pose. That's because the whole point and the whole idea is to connect, to bring a union, our mind and our bodies together. And so we can do yoga anytime just by breathing deeply. Just by breathing deeply. This is called living your yoga off the mat and into your life. But let's do a really quick exercise showing you how to breathe deeply, because this is so essential for you to stop, drop, and breathe throughout the day. This can even be a little bit of a meditation, a 30-second meditation for you to reset, right? So sit up really tall, okay, and I want you to put your hands on your rib cage and don't hit your shelf behind you, but put your hands on your ribs, bring your palms down, and set your thumb just kind of behind you so that you can get them all the way down. And what we're going to do is breathe in deep enough that our rib cage expands, right? You can feel your hands get wider. So I'll demonstrate this for you, okay? Keeping your lips closed, breathe in. And what's happening is I'm breathing in through the nose all the way past my chest, past my rib cage, into my belly. Everything's expanding, life force is entering, and then exhale, releasing all that isn't serving us, right? So try it with me. Lips closed, inhale deeply, all the way down to the belly. Hold, and slowly exhale through the nose. Good, relax your shoulders. Let's try it one more time. Inhale, deep breath in. And exhale. Feels better already. I can feel the energy shift through the camera. My energy has shifted. So the nice thing about breathing is that, we can have support, right? Sometimes we just need a little tool to help us breathe, right? Like someone guiding us to teach us how to breathe, like a breathwork technique like we just did. So a beautiful tool to using and helping us to enhance our breath is oils. Our oils is an essential oil, okay? So there are a couple here that I want to show you how to use an oil to help open that breathway passage even more and hit the reset button, either to get more energy, to calm down, just to find a little bit more balance. You know when you need to, right? Bring yourself back to union. So the first oil that I love people to use for this is an oil called peppermint. You may have heard of this before, right? So peppermint blend. So what you do when you're using an essential oil to doing this is unscrew the cap, put a drop onto your palm, rub the palms together, cup the nose, and do that same breathwork technique. I actually prefer to do this technique, especially with the peppermint oil, in the afternoon or in the morning for my pick-me-up, my afternoon pick-me-up, okay? Peppermint oil especially is amazing for energy. It's natural energy, right? So the menthol that's in the peppermint, when you're using a pure essential oil like doTERRA is, right, 100% organic, nothing else is in it except the peppermint. It has an extreme amount of vitality and energy that's super clean, right? And our scent of smell, plus our breath, affects our mood and our energy level. Another one that I love to use is this blend. It's a blend, meaning there's a bunch of oils together called Breathe Blend. So in Breathe, we have a blend of oils such as, let's see here, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, and ravinstara. I believe that's how you say the last one. But this is like a little bit of a sweeter blend. But what it does is it helps to just open the breath pathways even more. It helps us to, enhance and support our respiratory system even better. So with this one, so good. I like to put a drop of this right on my chest, right here, before I go for a workout or a hike or a walk, or if I just want a little bit more assistance and support breathing deeper throughout the night. I can also diffuse this one in my bedroom to help support that as well. So moving on, making sure that we're getting enough rest, right? So I love this stat here that I have on my paper, which says research has shown that most Americans would be happier, healthier, and safer if they were to sleep an extra 60 to 90 minutes per night. Yes, 100%. And I'm sure you're probably nodding your head like, yes, I know I need to sleep more, and that would help me out a lot. But this comes back to like informed self-care, right? And managing our stress, which is making our sleep a non-negotiable. Like for me, it is a non-negotiable that I get 8 hours of sleep per night at the minimum, right? If I don't, then it's just not fun to be around me. I'm not thriving at my best, and I get super stressed and triggered very, very easily. So making sure I get enough sleep. But sometimes it's not that easy to like unwind from like a busy day, and then you just kind of toss and turn or wake up in the middle of the night, and it's just not that pleasant, right? You need a little bit of assistance. So of course there are some beautiful oils to support restful sleep. So a few of my favorites, well, my number one favorite for helping with this is lavender oil, which is right here, right? Lavender oil. What I like to do for this one is to put one drop on the bottoms of my feet before I go to bed. And yes, you literally just take the bottle off, pour a drop onto the bottom of your foot, rub it in onto each foot. The reason we put oils on the bottoms of our feet is because this is one of the best places in our bodies where the oil gets into our bloodstream within 30 seconds. Within 20 minutes, that oil has hit every cell in our body. So it's very, very powerful to placing an oil on the bottom of your feet, especially as an example like this, using lavender on the bottoms of your feet to help promote restful sleep. I also love to use an oil called cedarwood, which is a tree, right? The cedarwood tree. As a tree hugger, I love to diffuse this in my bedroom about 30 minutes before I go to bed, close the door, and then once I do go into bed, about 30 minutes after it's been rolling, my room smells either like a spa with lavender or like a forest with the cedarwood oil. And as a tree hugger, this is the dream, okay? To walk and sleep in the woods. But it also promotes restful sleep, right? So think of a tree, think of how its roots are, think of how rooted it is, right? So when we're putting an oil such as cedarwood onto the bottoms of our feet, this is helping us to root down, to bring it down, to bring all the crazy up here all the way down and into the roots, right? Think of the connection between nature that we are literally putting onto our bodies and the energy that is happening within that. It's so, so beautiful. So trying that to help you out with sleep as well, in addition to making it a priority, right? So this next one, I've been speaking a little bit about, but I do want to cover it. And this is being more mindful, right? Being more mindful in our day, in our life, particularly with yoga and with essential oils. So I really like this quote I have here on the slide as well that I'm going to read to you, which is, essential oils create a bridge for both the newbie and the expert who may have been doing yoga for a long time, but was never taught the purpose of it. But now you know the purpose, right? It's to bring the union together. With oils, you can bridge that gap. When you breathe them in, you get it. So the beautiful thing about using an oil is when you're using it, you are 100% present. You are there, you are in union. When you breathe it in through the bottle, you're connecting, one, your breath, but your mind is focused on this and your body is receiving the benefits. You're bringing in that union, you're bringing in that presence, okay? And when you're fully present, that's when you find peace, right? When we are feeling anxious, we're living in the future, When we're depressed, okay, then we're living in the past. When we're present is where we find peace, where we find happiness, is when we find contentment. So the goal is to be present, because this is all we have is right now. So using oils are such an amazing gift to yourself to learn this mindfulness, right? To learn how to be fully present at all times. So anytime you're using an oil, you are practicing yoga essentially. You are practicing mindfulness. It's so, so beautiful, and it's such an awesome stepping stone no matter where you are in your journey. I love it. So present. So present. Okay, wrapping up my Zen Babe lifestyle before we dive into a little bit more about the oils themselves and the nitty-gritty of it. This is all about, self-love and self-care. So I love this quote. You may have heard it before, but it's self-care is a divine responsibility. So it is your job to take care of yourself, and doing so in a loving way. So every time that you are actively taking care of yourself, that is an act of love, right? Doing so in a way that is a present and a gift to yourself. So I love, teaching people to use oils as, self-care, because really it's teaching you to love yourself more, right? It's this process of you releasing all these things that aren't serving you and just dropping into the moment and feeling this deep amount of self-love because you love yourself so much that you're taking care of yourself in this way. It's so beautiful, and knowing that the more we can love ourselves and really learn how to do that, the easier it is for us to love others around us, right? Because when we aren't feeling good about ourselves, when we don't really love ourselves, this is when we lash out at people around us. This is when we lash out at our friends or our partners, right? Think about the last time you lashed out at someone. Were you feeling really great about yourself? Probably not. So think about how much we can heal the world and literally change the world when we can love ourselves, so that we can bring more love to those around us. It causes this ripple effect. And so using an oil to do that is so powerful. Like this is a movement, This isn't just an oil. It is so much bigger than that, and it is so much bigger than the smallness of just you, right? This can impact your entire circle of people that you love. So remember, love yourself, right? And it's your responsibility. It's your divine responsibility to take care of yourself and do it in a very, very loving way. So this is why I'm so passionate about it, right? I am passionate about teaching people these tools to change their lifestyle, to change their life, because your life can be so amazing. You can be so, so in love with your life. And so this is a lifestyle that I deeply, deeply believe in, because I haven't always lived this way, right? I was stuck in a dark place for a very long time until I started to take these stepping stones of discovering myself and discovering mindfulness, discovering yoga, discovering meditation, discovering eating healthy, right? Just this whole new lifestyle that can change everything, and it can be easy. It's this beautiful journey. And so this is an overview of what this looks like, right? So let's dive in a little bit more about what the oils are and the nitty-gritty of them themselves. So essential oils are naturally occurring aromatic compounds, right? So they are found in the seeds, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of plants. So essentially, oils are plants, right? Nature from around the world that is now in a little bottle in my home, okay? So they're highly, highly concentrated and distilled for the purity, right? The purity meaning what is in it, and what's in it is the exact plant that it says is in it, right? Also the potency, right? So when I was talking about the lemon oil, for example, there's 45 lemons that fit into that bottle. Think of how potent that is. It's very, very dense, very, very potent. So here's the thing too, essential oils are becoming more mainstream. You're starting to hear about them all the time. That's probably why you're watching this video right now. Like, oh, I want to learn a little bit more, like what's the big deal about essential oils? But the beauty is that oils are not new, right? We have been using them for thousands of years. So ancient civilizations have been documented of using oils for so many things, including food preparation, beauty treatment. The Egyptians and Romans used oils for, especially women, for their skin and their hair, right? Their perfumes, also for healthcare practices. So it isn't new. I believe that we are just coming back to our roots, right? And this can also be a very cool pun. But, we're getting back and away from all of the consumerism and, synthetic things, and just finding what's more natural and true and real. So it's this like minimal movement that's happening, right? People want to live more simpler and clean lives, eating farm to table food, right? Plants, fruits and veggies. Now we're really looking at like taking care of ourselves with that same mentality. Can we use nature to really support ourselves in our entire, pyramid of health? And the answer is yes. This is what we've been doing for years, and this is where we're coming back to. We're gaining all of this knowledge that we kind of lost and coming back to our intuition of knowing what this is. So let's talk about a couple more oils here. Wild orange, here we go. This is a beautiful basic oil that you need in your home. So think of this one as like your happy oil. You can't smell this one and not feel a happy thought, right? It's affecting your mood. It has properties in it that support a very happy mood, okay? This is also a really cool one to clean with. So making your own cleaning products using vinegar and water and a few drops of wild orange. It cleanses and purifies the air when you diffuse it, and also your home, right, when you're cleaning with it. So using this, I like to use this in peppermint as a peppermint orange balm. So how you do this, when you do this, first thing in the morning to kind of get some happy energy going. Or in the afternoon, when you have like that afternoon slump and you want some happy energy in the afternoon, do what I did before, which is take one drop of each into your palm, rub them together, and then take a few deep breaths in and just connect with that, right? Knowing all the positive effects that breathing that in is having for you. And then at the end, I like to just take the rest of the residue and just pat that into the back of my neck, for a little bit more invigoration and getting that into my system as well. In the 15 milliliter bottles, which are these bottles, the big bottles, it's about 250 drops in each bottle. Now, when I say that these oils are super pure and super potent, one drop is all you need. Less is more, right? So when you are using one drop of this, and there's 250 in there, they last you a very long time. Most of my oils on here have lasted me months. I've never had to replace them because they're so pure and potent. So another oil I want to touch on here, as we're talking about what oils are, is this oil called frankincense. Now, frankincense is also known as the king of all oils. It has so many incredible benefits for you that we call it the king. We even have this really fun saying at doTERRA, when in doubt, get your frankincense out. And the reason for this is because the way that frankincense works, it's helping promote healthy cellular function. When you smell this, you might feel like you're in like a service or a church or a worship hall thing, something like that, because this is the resin that they've used for prayer services, for spiritual practices, because it also has benefits in helping you to connect with your higher power. So it has so many beautiful benefits to it that it is just like the king, right? It's like the gold. Speaking of this, as I'm filming this, it's about a few weeks after Christmas. And in the Bible, they talk about how the three wise men gave some gifts to baby Jesus, right? The wise men, the very smart men. And what they gave to him were frankincense, myrrh, which is another oil that we have, and gold, pure gold. So thinking about the value that gold had way back when and still does, and then putting in with that same value of frankincense and myrrh, It really helps you see how amazing and important this oil is. On average, the oils are about $25, but wholesale price. But frankincense runs at about $69, $70 at wholesale. We love the internet. You're watching this video on the internet. You're getting so much information on the internet. You can search and look up anything that you want, and this is awesome. However, this is also causing like some overwhelm. So I'm sure you've heard how great oils are, you want to try them, you're watching this video, but it's just like, how do I know which ones to use? How do I know which oils to use and why? Okay, and I felt like this for a while, and then I did my research, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video. And the reason that I have chosen doTERRA in the end, one, to use the oils, but also to now share them with other people, including you, and build the business of it, is for many reasons. And the first is when I found out that essential oils are not regulated. Meaning, this is why there are so many essential oil companies that are popping up, right, and putting whatever they want to on the label, 100% pure and therapeutic, right, when it probably isn't. In fact, most oils that you find at the grocery store, at the health food store, probably aren't the oil that it says it is, one, and two, if it is, it has very little of it, and then the rest is filled with synthetics. So this can actually cause, a really dangerous effect onto you because the oils are so potent. And if you're using an oil that has that much synthetics in it, then this can cause a negative effect. Okay? And the way that they do this is by labeling it CPTG, which is Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Oils. What this means is, what doTERRA does is they find where the plant and the bark, seeds, stems, all of that thrives at its absolute best throughout the entire world. So they go all around the world searching for this plant that they're going to source as an oil and find where it absolutely thrives. Then they pick it at its peak time where it's growing, right, which is still impacting and intacting all of its benefits, its therapeutic benefits, and then making it into an oil. Think about it, like, I like the analogy of thinking like, where can you get the best orange in the world? Florida, right? That's where they thrive. That's where their natural habitat is. So drinking or eating an orange straight from Florida during its peak season, one, you're gonna have the best nutrients and benefits of it, but two, it just tastes the best, right? It is the best. So this is what doTERRA strives to do with all of its oils. It finds where it thrives in the world, partners with different farmers all over the world, and creates an impact for the people who are using the oils, but also those who are growing the plant to create the oil. So this is also known with doTERRA as co-impact sourcing. So they want to make sure that the farmers of which they're partnering with are getting amazing benefits, and it's impacting the community as well as the people who are using the oils and purchasing them. So many farms that are sourcing oils in a lot of third world countries are getting out of poverty as a result of partnering with doTERRA. Their entire families are, lives are changed forever, but then so is the rest of the community. And they do it in a way that is just a win-win for everyone, and it's just such a beautiful model that I love so much, knowing that my dollar is going to not only support my health and my body in a really great way, right? Your dollar is your vote, but also that's impacting someone else in the world by choosing to use this. It's just, I love it. Sold. So additionally, once the oils are sourced, they take it through this rigorous testing process to make sure that the oil is as pure and free from anything other than the oil itself, so that it has the absolute best benefits that you possibly can. So essentially, each bottle is beyond organic, right? It is the best, most pure, highest grade oil that you can get on the market. There's a reason that doTERRA is the #1 essential oil company in the world, right? And more than 4 million users all over the world have chosen to work with this company and choose their oils, and I am so proud to use them myself. So I kind of covered this already, but just as a recap, how can we use the oils, right? Once we have them, there are 3 main ways to use them, and let's just cover them really quickly before we wrap up, and then I'll finish talking about the rest of the top 10 oils to use here. So the first is probably the most common way that people start using oils, which is aromatically. Okay, and this is by, one, breathing the oil in directly through the bottle, like you've been seeing me do. Another is to put it onto your palm, you know, rub the hands together and then cup the nose, breathing it in that way. And then a third way is to diffuse. Okay, so I'll post a picture here of what a diffuser looks like. doTERRA has a really beautiful diffuser called the petal diffuser, but essentially it's just water with some drops of oil that are then diffused into the air. And when you're diffusing, this is actually cleaning the air, right? The molecules attach to the air and helps to support any harmful environmental threats and supports in cleaning the air. And this is so, so important. Not only does it support cleaning the air, but it also supports your mood, right? So you can choose certain oils based on how it is that you want to feel. So when I was talking about wild orange, diffusing wild orange can really help to uplift your mood by you breathing it in. So using it in a diffuser at your office, at your home, in your bedroom, this can bring the oil out to the surfaces into the entire room, and you just continue to breathe it. The nice thing too is once you are finished diffusing, so let's say you have a diffuser that has 2 or 4 hour settings, the oil is still making magic in the air several hours after it's done. So even after you are done like smelling it and you can't really smell it anymore, it's still having a profound positive effect on your environment and on your health. Another way to use an oil is to take it internally. So this is a little bit controversial. You might hear to never take an oil internally. Right? You do not want to take an oil that is not 100% pure internally, because that can cause a lot of damage. However, when you trust and you know that the oil is very, very pure like doTERRA's, then you can trust that you can take it internally, and it actually has many, many benefits to doing so. So like I mentioned, putting lemon into your water is a great way to do so. You can also add grapefruit to your water. I love putting lime into my water. You can also use them internally for a supplement, right? One oil, for example, that I like to do this with is an oil called Digest Zen, which I have right here. And Digest Zen is just an oil full of Ayurvedic spices that are known for supporting the body and its digestive system, right? Digest Zen. So with this, I love to put a drop or 2 into some water and drink that when I have an upset stomach to support that, right? Either before or afterwards. I actually, the other day, I just randomly had this really horrible stomach ache out of nowhere, and I didn't take anything. I was just drinking a lot of water, and then I decided to put a couple of drops of Digest Zen in my palm with some fractionated coconut oil, which I have in here, which is also known as a carrier oil, meaning using an oil like fractionated coconut oil or grapeseed oil to carry the oil when you put it on topically onto your body. So I put like a dime size of this into my palm, 1 or 2 drops of Digest Zen, and just rub that into my belly. And within 2 minutes, I felt so much better, and I was so happy to have a holistic alternative to use with my health, right? So that felt really awesome, and that's a really cool way to use it. Another oil that I can cover with using topically is this oil called Deep Blue, and this is a soothing blend. This is a great one to put onto your body with any like sore muscles. It really helps to soothe any aches and pains in the body. So diluting this with a carrier oil and putting that directly on the area, right? So maybe it's your hamstrings, your legs, your lower back, your shoulders after a long day. This is a must-have. I also love to take baths with this, with some Epsom salts, if I'm feeling particularly sore from like a workout or a hike, which may have just happened recently. So I kind of just covered this, but I kind of went into internally into topically, but you can use oils internally and then finally topically, right? So putting an oil onto the desired area, like I spoke about with Digest Zen, also with the Deep Blue, putting it on topically as well. Okay, and when you are starting to use oils, you want to make sure that you're diluting them. So using a carrier oil just to help dilute the oil and carry that deeper, driving it into the body, into the skin. It's also nice to just help assist with massaging, right? So you'll have more oil, because using an essential oil is so pure and potent that they can kind of dissolve pretty quickly. So using a carrier oil to help drive that in has been known to have much better effects to doing so. So then another beautiful, beautiful oil to use topically is this protective blend called On Guard. This oil supports your healthy immune system, right? So anytime you feel like you're starting to get really run down or sick, this is a great one to bring out and put at the bottoms of your feet. You could also put it directly onto your throat to support healthy immune. And of course you can take this one internally. So this is an oil that is filled with clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, wild orange. It's like fall in a bottle. It's amazing. But most importantly, I have so many incredible stories about using this oil to support a healthy immune system. I want to cover one more oil in the top 10, which is Melaleuca oil. This one's also known as tea tree oil. So this one's great for any sort of like skin issues, so you can spot treat on the face. It's also a great energetic protective blend. Okay, so using this to protect your energy, I like to put a drop of this over my heart when I'm going to be around a lot of people and I want to like keep my protective energy around me. Also putting this on the bottoms of your feet can really help with just kind of clearing and disinfecting, right? So that's what properties this oil has. So doing so can assist the body at that and also energetically as well. I use this one way more than I ever thought I would, but it's an awesome, awesome oil. I also like to have this one in a roller bottle. So here is a Melaleuca in a roller bottle and here is it in a 15 milliliter bottle. The difference is the roller bottle is about 30 drops of the oil, and then the rest of it is filled with fractionated coconut oil. Once you take off the cap, then you have the roller, which is just easy access to put directly onto the body, right? So instead of getting a little bit messy with putting the fractionated coconut oil into your palm and then the drop and then putting that onto the body, you can make what's called roller bottles and using it that way. So those are what the differences are. You'll see down here my little box. I think you can see it. I have all of my roller bottles, right, of different blends of things that so for easy access. So those are what I like to throw in my purse with me and take with me everywhere I go. I don't leave my house without them. So I love roller bottles. It's easy to just whip the cap off and then put that on directly. So the places to put oils onto your body, other than the desired location of something that you're working with, is at the bottoms of your feet, the lower back where your spine is, right? Think about all the nutrients that the spine carries, right? It carries things up through the spine into the brain and then down into your body systems. So when you're putting an oil at the base of your spine, it's able to work its way in there and then go up through the brain and into the body. So it's a really beautiful place. I also like to use oils on my pulse points, so on my wrists, my temples, the fleshy part behind your ear, and then also behind your neck. So those are very typical places that you can use oils topically, and additionally, like I just mentioned, right over the location for which you're trying to work with something as well. So that is what I have to share with you intro about the top 10 oils and how they can really help you take your life to the next level, right? Next level Zen, the area of your life that you're really looking to support. physically, emotionally, mentally, environmentally, all of it, right? You can use them for everything. It's so awesome. So how do you get your oils with doTERRA? So like I mentioned earlier, we have about 4 million users worldwide, right? The beauty is that of those 4 million, 80% of them are purely just buying the oils and using them. The other 20% are a distributor of them, right? They're a wellness advocate, which is what I am, sharing the oils and building it as a business. Most people don't do it that way. So you have an option of how you'd like to sign up. You can sign up and just get a wholesale account and be a wholesale customer, meaning you start with a starter kit, and then you can purchase essential oils at wholesale for the next year, and that's all. Okay? Think of it like Costco or Sam's Club. You just have a one-time membership fee for the entire year, and then there's no minimum. You just buy the oils when you want to at the wholesale price. The other option is if you are interested in, finding financial freedom and abundance and doing what you love and helping others to enhance their lives, you can start this as a business, right? And then that's when you become a wellness advocate. Before I go into this, I wanted to mention one more thing. So when you do start wanting to use oils and you get them into your home, you're just like, how do I know which oil to use for what? Like, what is the education of this? Like, how do I start to know? It just seems so overwhelming. Okay, don't be overwhelmed. One, because you aren't meant to know everything before you start, right? And two, there are resources. So that's the other thing that I love about this company is we are all about making sure that you are constantly being educated and you aren't on this journey alone. So when you sign up with me, you get access to my library of education. I have videos and Facebook groups and just ongoing support at all times for you to learn how to start using them throughout your journey. Additionally, I have in 2017 released a brand new series called the Zen Babe Lifestyle series. So a lot of what we had talked about with my Zen Babe lifestyle, we are going to be focusing on that one theme each month at a time throughout the year. And each month I'm releasing a digital workshop and an ebook that is free with your membership. So that's ongoing education, totally free for you to just get extra added value and total support throughout. I do want to mention this book that I highly recommend you purchase outside of doTERRA when you do get your starter kit. It's also known to me as the Essential Oil Bible, which I have right here. And this is called The Essential Life. So this has anything that you would want to look up, like, oh, this has happened, I wonder if there's an oil I could use for that and try that out first, then you'll be able to look that up in this book. Okay, so in the first section it has any ailment you could think of and then essential oils that they recommend you try to use. It also has like a profile of each oil, all the properties of it, what it looks like, the constituents, the main uses, and then in the back it has just tons and tons of recipes and different bodily systems, just so much information. So this is a really awesome like a coffee table book that I like to just keep on my coffee table and refer to daily. So I don't have to know it all at once. I know that I have this book that I can refer to at any time, and then that is teaching me, and I feel so like empowered that I can have this information at my fingertips, right? I know that there's something I could try for whatever it is that I want to do, and I can look it up and give it a go, and it's the most empowering thing and feeling ever. I'm just blown away by it. So you'll get access to where to purchase this book with your membership with me. Most people start off with a starter kit. And when you start with a starter kit, then that one-time wholesale account fee is waived. It's included in your membership. And the one that I recommend people, and the one that people usually start with is the starter kit called, which I'll put up here, called the Home Essentials Kit. And this comes with the top 10 oils, including the petal diffuser that I had mentioned. Additionally, it waives your fee. So when you start with the starter kit, you'll get all 10 oils, including frankincense, which is one of the more pricier oils and king of all oils that you can get in with this kit. And once you receive this kit, this means that you are on the Zen Babe Essential Oil Tribe, which means you get access to all of the upcoming and already released Zen Babe lifestyle workshops and ebooks. You get access to me with a 1-hour Zen assessment call with me, and to all of our Facebook groups for ongoing connection and education. It is so beautiful. I'm obsessed. The Home Essentials Kit is absolutely beautiful, and I recommend that one, right? You get all the top 10 that I had talked about. If you want, you can add on a few more oils too, such as the Wild Orange, which is an additional $10. And again, there's 250 drops in all of these oils, okay? So how you can sign up is you can click the link on the screen and below for more information. Just fill out your info, choose your starter kit, submit your payment information. Once that is processed, you'll receive a welcome email from me, including tons of info and links, next steps, and you'll be welcomed into the community and receive your oils within a few short days. So I hope you'll join us on this journey and this lifestyle, and most importantly, this movement, right? This is not going away. This is only going to get bigger, and I think if you're still watching to the end of this video that you are intrigued, you're interested, just start now, right? Get the oils into your home and I'll teach you the rest. One step at a time. Let's do this together. I love you already. Thank you for taking care of yourself and your loved ones to heal the world together. You are amazing, you are of value, you have purpose and meaning, and I'm so glad to connect with you. I will see you in our next video. Bye.